Today might be the day Ten Hag fully lost me. 9 Premier League defeats in 20 games. We can't win a game away from home. The same issues continue to plague this team, and we continue to shoot ourselves in the foot at every possible chance. We're going to get into everything in this match reaction. Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been so long. Sorry I haven't uploaded in so long. Just some life stuff, life gets busy sometimes, but I promise to be very consistent in 2024. I'm going to take this super seriously. As you can see, the production value has upped a little bit since my last upload, so I've just been trying to get everything right, but definitely hoping for a very, very consistent 2024 as far as uploading and as far as YouTube goes. But speaking of consistency, this Manchester United team is anything but consistent at the moment. After that Villa win, everyone was saying we're back, we're going back to the top, title charge, blah blah blah. Again, as soon as we get a good result, we just shoot ourselves in the foot and lose a game that we should never be losing. I get it's away from home, I get it's a hostile atmosphere, but Nottingham Forest, that should be 2 wins on the schedule already. We shouldn't even have to be worrying about this. Let's start with the team news. Pretty much the same team that started against Villa, except for Rasmus Højlund. I've never seen more players in a squad be ill. I swear we have an ill player every game, and it sucked to see after Højlund obviously had that amazing moment against Villa, scoring the winner. You want to see him continue that momentum, continue that stellar play, and he didn't get a chance to. And so obviously we're missing that, but it also has ramifications throughout the rest of the squad, especially with the wingers. It forces Marcus Rashford to play up top in a role where that doesn't really suit him. I know he got the goal today, but he didn't. Compare it to that performance that he put on the left-hand side, playing his natural position left wing against Villa. I thought he was really, really good and wanted to see him, continue that wing play, get into a rhythm in that position. But then he is forced to go up top, and then Garnacho is forced to go back to the left wing. And I'll touch a little bit on Garnacho later, but definitely thought it wasn't his best game, and that the right wing role suits him a lot better right now. But yeah, getting into the first half, it was really uninspiring, really just a lack of creativity throughout the squad. You can usually tell with this team if we're going to win or we're really up for it within the first 5 or 10 minutes in the game. And you could tell within this performance that it just wasn't going to happen today. Super, super, super uninspiring. In the first half, we really saw how bad that right-hand side of Varane, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Bruno, and Antony is. That just simply does not work. Antony especially was so poor, not taking on his man, just looking for the back pass every time. Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Varane together, there's a couple times Aaron Wan-Bissaka threw the ball into Rafael Varane, and it was just like, you might as well just give the ball to the other team at this point. Like, there's really no point in even trying. Kobbie Mainoo was doing really well defensively, had a lot of clearances, didn't really get on the ball too much. Changes were needed, but I don't think it was the change that anyone was expecting. So at halftime, the board goes up and we see Scott McTominay coming on, which, if he's coming on for, a Christian Eriksen, I thought that would be a fine sub. I don't really want to see McTominay, but Christian Eriksen didn't do anything in that first half. And the board goes up and I see number 37, and I think surely this cannot be what I think it is. He cannot be subbing off Kobbie Mainoo for Scott McTominay. This can't be true. Everyone could see that this was the wrong substitution. I don't know what he said after the match, that it was for tactical reasons, but I have no idea why he did this. Literally no. This is what single-handedly might show me that Ten Hag is not the right guy, because what are you thinking bringing on Scott McTominay to play in the lone 6 role? And since that substitution, we completely lost any semblance of control that we had in the game. It immediately became frantic, it immediately became wide open, it immediately became a carbon copy of every game state that Scott McTominay has played in so far. And we continued to lack any sort of creativity throughout that second half, didn't really create any chances, and for the 2 goals, you can argue that McTominay is directly at fault, especially for the first one. He doesn't track his man, he's jogging back, the cutback, the same goal that we've conceded every game this season, it seems like. Scott McTominay is directly not tracking back his man for that. And then the second goal, we're committing bodies forward, and Scott McTominay again gets sucked over to Anthony Elenga's side to help out Dalot when he doesn't need to, and Morgan Gibbs-White is just standing free at the top of the box. Yes, you could argue maybe the center back should be stepping up, maybe Aaron Wan-Bissaka shouldn't be going wide there, maybe he should be covering the center of the pitch, but But the lone six should never vacate that space centrally. Dalot does not need to be helped over there. He's fine. If Elanga cuts in, Johnny Evans or Varane can step up. You need to cover your area. You need to do your job. And Scott McTominay did not do his job. But at some point, I cannot keep blaming the player. I have to point eyes toward the manager, and making that substitution was absolutely abysmal. Like, I cannot defend it, and I'm one to always defend Ten Hag, probably more than a lot of people, but I cannot defend that. And we ended up getting one back through Matt Turner, I tweeted before, I forgot how bad he was. This guy is really, really bad keeper, but Garnacho does well to win the ball back, and Rashford does well to put the ball away. It didn't really have much of a sniff, but he got his one chance and he finished it. So shout out to Rashford. Good to see him back in the goals. Good to see him back, contributing to the team. I thought there was one positive thing, though, and that was the cameo of Amad Diallo. He came on for Antony in the 53rd or 54th minute, I believe, and I thought he was really bright. His first touch was a forward pass, something that Antony didn't manage to do his entire 53 minutes out there. But I thought he just was really good, really bright, especially that being his first minutes of the season after missing most of the season with an injury. I thought he was really bright. I thought he was, direct, kept the ball, played some penetrative passes, cut in and had a shot on goal, which Antony probably would have blasted to halfway to Siberia at this point. It probably still would have been landing right now, probably 4 hours after the game. But I really liked Amad Diallo's cameo. I hope he gets more minutes in the team as well. But yeah, that'll wrap it up. Same issues. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Obviously, brand new structure in place with Ineos and Sir Dave Brailsford and Sir Jim and hopefully Jean-Claude Deblanc. And, we'll see what happens. But I don't foresee Erik ten Hag getting sacked anytime soon until Ineos takes charge and can complete a full evaluation of everything at this club, because as bad as Ten Hag is, that is not the only problem happening at Manchester United. But really appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.